got the boat in tow. Headed to the lake today. Still on lockdown. So what better to do than to go fishing? And today we're going to do something pretty cool. Everyone's been doing these bait challenges. So today I'm doing a one bait challenge. And we're going to do the Firetruck Chatterbait. That's a bait that's gotten a ton of hype. It's been, really tough to get your hands on. And I have one, and I want to see if it's really worth it all, if it really lives up to the hype. It just might. I've thrown it around some. I've caught some fish on it earlier this year. But I haven't ever just picked it up and gone to the lake all day and said I'm throwing this one bait all day. And I have done it with some other baits, try and build confidence. And it's amazing what can happen sometimes when you do that. And it's amazing what cannot happen. So today we're going to put that sucker in our hands, and we're going to fish it from start to finish, one rod on the deck, and see what happens. Alright, so we're fixing to go out, and I ran into one of my buddies, Ian. Ian is a Hammer High School angler. He's actually one of the really good guys out here on Guest Creek. It's a little lake right by the house. I haven't fished it probably over a year, but Ian gets out here a lot. But anyways, we decided that we're gonna do a little competition, and might be donating to Ian today. I think he's got them dialed out here, but I'm still gonna do my one bait only. I don't know what Ian's gonna do. He's probably gonna use a handful of things, but we're gonna have a little competition, 3 fish, your best 3, and we'll see what happens at the end of the day. Draw 3.3. About almost to the head. Pop it out, put your shirt down. Slide it up the body. That's it. Alright, like we said, one bait only. Here it is. The Firetruck jackhammer. I put a 6-cents stroker crawl on the back. Money in the watercolors, pretty perfect for it. So guess we'll start at this little point right here. We'll start the spot, see where these fish are at. Like I said, one rod on the deck, I promise. One rod top today. See what the sucker is all about. It's absolute perfect condition for what we're doing. It's maybe a touch warm. It's like 61, 62. Even the back pocket 63, 64. Could be a couple of degrees colder, but it's pretty dang good as far as water clarity, time of the year to be doing this. So it's should be a good day. I got a feeling that these dudes are gonna be in these pockets a little farther in. We just start out here and work back, though. Might even see some spawning. It's kind of clearing up in some places. most important part of your bladed jig setup is your rod. There's so many different blade jigs. This one's the Firetruck Chatterbait. It's been getting all the attention, but they all freaking work. You want a rod that has the perfect mix of moderacy and backbone. You want it to be moderate and load up, because you don't want to pull this bait out of the fish's mouth. This is a reaction bite, and you really don't want too stiff of a rod, because when you're snatching it, you know, out of grass or popping it around wood, you want it to be able to load up when that fish gets it. So the rod's very important. I actually use a glass rod, which is what a lot of people who at least know what they're doing are using. A glass rod. I use a Swait Mad Crankiness 7.4 medium heavy moderate action. It's a glass rod. It's got just the amount of backbone, but also just the amount of a little bit of moderate tip to make sure it loads up and those fish get that bait. The one thing good about bladed jigs. Oh my God. Right when I was sitting there talking about it. Oh buddy. Oh buddy. Come on. Oh, he had it for a second too. Could probably flip us a sink over there and catch that fish. But one bait today. Big. No. Oh, darn. That was a 4-pounder, man. 4-pounder. Dang, dang, dang. Dang. Yes, sir. Woohoo, buddy. Meat. That's a good one, dude. Nice little chunk. Yeah, pretty fish, man. 3-pounder. Ian better be catching them. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. How bad you beat me?
You what?
I said, how bad are you beating me?
I ain't beating you at all. I'm getting beat. How many you got?
I just got one like 3-pounder.
Yeah, you got me beat. I ain't even had a nibble yet, dude. I've been working on one that's about 3.5 or 4 on a bed and can't get it to even look at it. I'm just gonna give up on it.
I've had 2 bites. I've lost 2 and I've caught 1.
Dude, I just got a text from my buddy Tony. He's my old boat captain. He lives on Taylorsville.
Yeah.
He's like, just got done crappie fishing. The bass fishing's on fire. He said he just caught 10 keepers, like, you know, keepers at Taylorsville in 15 minutes. I'm flipping a speed crawl.
Yeah, oh man. That's I thought it was gonna be really good. I got 3 bites like quick. Like lost 1, like they just load up on it and come off and they boil.
Yeah.
Now I caught 1 and I haven't got a bite in like an hour. That was all in like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's been slow, but I'm about to hit this. The one spot that I caught a few on a chatterbait actually 2 days ago. When I pulled up to it, there was a guy that I knew that was already fishing it, so then I just went past it. So I'm gonna go back to it, see if I can do anything there.
Sweet. All right, man. I was checking in.
And that's on the red jackhammer.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's all them. Yep.
That's funny. All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon then.
All right, man.
Which is only bacon, soda, and hydrogen. And I didn't do it. I told them I'd come back if they were there. The electrician was working in the hall right where the area was. And I didn't want to, you know, delay him anymore. And I said, oh, no, you're fine. I can do this another day. But,
Yes, sir. Woo! Hey, hold on 1 second. Hold on. There we go. All right. Another one on the jackhammer. Another about close to 3 pounds. Sometimes it pays. Keep your head down and throw the baits to get the good bites. Good fish. You know, a lot of times like that fish just back there that we caught, you won't even feel the bite. It'll just load up real mushy, and it happens more often than you think, and that's why the rod's so important, man. I can see a fish right here sitting on this log. It's spawning on this log. I don't know if you all can see it. I'm trying to reel this by. Ooh. Didn't bite it. Excuse my KSR podcast. One thing you look for, like logs like this right out here, away from the bank. A lot of times that's stuff that they get on like more pre-spawn. They'll stage on before and after. A lot of times when they're spawning, which I've gone ahead and confirmed that pretty much they're all spawning today, just for how many I've seen, how many have come up and bled on this thing. Most of my bites, I'll still cast some of this stuff in case there's a stager or two, but I'm going to concentrate on most of my efforts right up there on the bank, because that's where most of them have been, and that's where they're going to be when they're spawning.
No, a pink moon is different. This I think is called a super moon. Maybe I'm wrong. It didn't look pink. It's a pink super moon. There we go. We're both right. Oh.
I didn't mean it.
So the chatterbait is so good this time of the year and so versatile, because you can fish it so many different ways. You can parallel banks, you can skip it up under trees, you can throw it by wood, you can yo-yo it like a jig, you can fish it by docks, you can fish it in grass. It's just super versatile. The bladed jig can be fished so many different ways, and that's why so many people use it. And another thing about it is it just tends to promote big bites. You know, you don't get as many bites on as you would a lot of other baits, like a, you know, spinnerbait or a little flat-sided crankbait or something like that. But it seems that got hung up here. Open hook, so it does get hung up. But when you do get bit, it just seems to be better quality.
Fortunate enough to stay open. Use common sense and good judgment in helping us enforce this order. Second thing is just what the governor's already discussed, the honeybee problem. There are people still going door to door to all the households to either sell magazines, fundraise, promote business, creating a problem that we're trying to stop. Furthermore, it prevents you from staying healthy at home if people are deploying honeybees everywhere. And then, as you said, we're doing a re-up of the pharmacy order that'll allow us to deploy telehealth.
That's what happens when you stick to it and chuck it all day long. Whoo! Look at it. You sure can go a long time between bites doing this. But it's just held true that when you get a bite, it's a good one. The chatterbait theory is holding true. All right, so that is it for the day. We're rolling in. All in all, we're out here about 4.5 hours, and I'd classify it as a decent day. You know, we put 3 in the boat, 1 real big one, couple good good 3-pounders, 3.5-pounders, and we'll weigh them here in a second when Ian gets back in here for our little tournament weigh-in. But no, good day, man. I think we got 6 or 7 bites on it. You know, so that's a bite and a half an hour. I'll take it when every bite you're getting is over 3 pounds. Heck, it's easy to pick it up and chunk it all day. So, man, it's everyone says it, and it's true. The bladed jig, it's proof right here today. The bladed jig gets big bites, and I've really fell in love with that stroker crawl. That 6-inch stroker crawl on the back, man. It's a great trailer. Fun day. We're gonna weigh these things, put on a trailer, and get home and eat some dinner. All right, so I'm gonna weigh the three and see what we have here. Number one. 3.5, 348. I think this one's a tad smaller. I think this one's class 3-pounder. Yep, 3 even. 6.5. All right, little Tina. Good one. Yeah. Oh. Damn. Yeah. I think she's a 6. I think. Let's see. 595. Oh.